You've probably heard this hot take floating around the tech world for a while now. The idea that if Chinese electric cars ever actually landed in the US market, they would just completely change the game. We're talking cars that are packed with tech, priced super aggressively, and honestly, they look pretty good. So is there any truth to that? Let's find out.
So, could it really happen? To figure this out, we're going to take a really close look at one of the most talked about new EVs on the planet right now. It's the very first car ever from the tech giant Xiaomi.
Meet the Xiaomi SU7 Max. And yeah, this is from the exact same company that makes your smartphone, your headphones, maybe even that little robot vacuum that scoots around your house. They've taken everything they know about consumer tech and poured it into a four-door electric sedan. And what they've come up with is pretty wild. Okay, let's just get right to the headline number. The thing that makes this whole conversation so interesting, the price. This car, the top-of-the-line SUV7 Max, costs the equivalent of about $42,000 US. For perspective, that's way less than its main competitors. Just keep that number in your head as we go through everything this car can do.
So, what does a $42,000 car from a phone company actually look and feel like? Let's start on the outside and see how it manages to punch so far above its weight.
What's really smart about the design is, well, since they're not a legacy car company, Xiaomi had total freedom to just pick and choose the best ideas from around the industry. You can see a little McLaren in the headlights, the side profile has big Porsche Taycan energy, and there's even an active rear wing like a Mercedes-AMG. But somehow, it all comes together into a design that just works. It looks great.
And that value, man, it just gets crazier when you look at the raw specs. You put it up against something like the Tesla Model 3 Performance, and not only is the SU7 Max about 13 grand cheaper, but it's also got way more horsepower and a bigger battery. Just on paper, before you even sit in it, it's already an incredible deal.
Okay, now let's get inside, because this is where the feeling of value just goes into overdrive. This isn't just, oh, it's nice for the price. No, this is a genuinely premium interior, full stop. It feels like it belongs in a car that costs tens of thousands of dollars more. Just listen to the standard feature list. You get these really nice leather seats that are both heated and ventilated. The steering wheel is heated. You've got not one, but two super fast 50-watt wireless chargers for your phones. There's a heads-up display, and they even stole that clever idea from Rivian, a built-in flashlight that's always charged by the car.
And it does not stop there. The entire headliner is Alcantara. You get this massive panoramic sunroof. The 25-speaker sound system is fantastic, and the ambient lighting can pulse with your music. And maybe most importantly, they included real physical buttons for things like climate control. It's just a level of detail and luxury you would never expect.
So the hardware is obviously great, but remember, this is a tech company first and a car company second. And that really becomes clear when you see two huge innovations that most car companies just haven't figured out yet. The first thing is the software. It is just so thoughtful. Here's a perfect example. You're driving, listening to music, and the navigation needs to tell you to turn. Instead of interrupting the music for everyone, the SU7 just plays the voice command through the driver's headrest speaker only. It's such a small thing, but it's absolutely brilliant. The whole system just flows. It feels like using a flagship smartphone. It syncs up with all your other Xiaomi gear, from your messages to your smart home cameras. And if you're an iPhone user, NKBHD said it has the biggest and best wireless Apple CarPlay he's ever seen. The tech isn't just tacked on, it's the core of the experience, and it just works. All right, and that brings us to the second game-changing idea, and this is something really different. The interior itself is actually modular. Hidden all around the cabin are these little mounting points made for a whole range of official accessories. This is where that tech company brain really kicks in. You can snap on practical stuff, like an extra little display for the passenger or a phone mount. But then you get the fun stuff, like high-quality microphones for in-car karaoke or even a set of long-range walkie-talkies. It lets you make the car exactly what you want it to be, minimalist or maximalist. So, it looks amazing, it's stuffed with tech, but what about the drive? How does it actually feel on the road? Well, this is where it reveals its split personality. It's really like having two different cars in one. So, in its normal comfort mode, it's just this super soft, comfortable cruiser. The air suspension eats up bumps like you wouldn't believe. But then, you turn a knob. You put it in Sport Plus mode, and the whole car just tenses up. The steering gets heavy, the accelerator gets twitchy, and a G-force meter pops up on the screen. The entire character of the car changes in an instant. And when it's in that sporty mode, it delivers. We're talking 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds. It's got launch control. It has a boost button for a shot of maximum power. The seats even have active bolsters that literally squeeze you in the corners to hold you in place. It's a legitimate performance car.
But you know what might be the most impressive part when you're actually driving? The build quality. It is dead silent inside. There are no rattles, no squeaks, hardly any motor whine. It even has active noise cancellation. It just feels so solid, so well put together, in a way that just screams expensive car.
So we've looked at the design, the insane list of features, the genius tech, and how it drives. It's time to circle all the way back to that big question we started with.
After seeing everything this car is and everything it can do, for that price, is this the car that could actually come in and cook the US market? What's the final verdict?
Well, the honest answer is not yet. Even though this car is an absolute home run on its own, there's one giant roadblock that keeps it from being a threat to the US market right now. And that roadblock has nothing to do with engineering or software. It's all about politics. With the current tariffs and import fees, there is just no way this car could be sold in the United States for anywhere near that $42,000 price tag. It's a barrier of policy, not product.
But that doesn't change what the SU7 represents. It is proof of what's possible when a modern tech company decides to build a car. It's got the software, the features, the performance, all in one package. Like Marquez said, it's a $42,000 car that feels like a $75,000 car. And that is a stunning achievement.
So even if the SU7 itself never makes it to America, its presence is a massive wake-up call to the entire auto industry. It just raised the bar for what we should expect from an EV in terms of value and innovation. It proves what can be done. And that leaves us with the real question. How is everyone else going to respond now that the competition is this good?